gonna win? Did they tell you that it could be over? Over and done before you begin. Everything you know will not prepare you. Nothing's gonna change if you resist. Everything you got, bring it on, we tell you. Nothing can compare to this. It's an avalanche. It's a critical mass. It's a massive attack. It will kick your ass. Bring the fire, take no chances. Start the fight, we'll bring your answers. Whoa!
Flashbang roster. Do we have your attention now? Last night at Breakdown, we have shown you all that we mean business and we keep our promises. Me and M now possess these two lovely belts, and our friends hold the Trios titles. See, the thing is, this didn't have to happen. All you had to do was give us what we wanted. Roll over like the good dogs you were supposed to be. But now we have to instill some discipline into all of you. So I'll make this absolutely clear for everyone here. We are keeping these titles until we get what we want, what we deserve. This is what happens when you're not obedient, or you think you can try to screw us out of something. We take it by force. Now then, I hope you all enjoyed seeing the trio's entrance of Citric King, Artemis, and Demolition Fox. Them winning those titles with what I gave them proves that when I say that I have an eye for talent, I mean it. When I say it. So when I say this, I mean it just as much. You all seem to have forgotten just who the hell I am. I am the leader of the executive club. I am a two-time world heavyweight champion. I am Tyson freaking Smythe. You will acknowledge me.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eric Erickson, and welcome in to Friday Night Flashbang. We just heard from Tyson Smythe, and if you missed Breakdown 18, where have you been? We have crowned new champions. We have had titles defended and stolen. And that is one of the men who is holding on to one of those stolen titles, the World Tag Team Championship, stolen from the forces of nature. And ladies and gentlemen, I can now announce that that will be resolved here tonight. Tyson Smythe and M have made their demand very, very clear, and Mr. Lawson has made it official. The forces of nature have accepted a tag team title match here tonight for those championships in our main event. So if you didn't get enough action at Breakdown, you've got another title opportunity coming at you here tonight. We've got a long way to go before we get there. The whole region, they have those championships. The Smoking Mirror has joined Defunct in betraying his allies. First it was Flo, now it's Honorbound, and it cost Honorbound an opportunity at those World Tag Team titles. And here tonight, Brawl Kaiser tries to get to the bottom as to what is going on as he goes one-on-one with the aforementioned Smoking Mirror. One of the tag teams that was left off of our pay-per-view card, but has eyes towards the Executive Club is none other than Grim Justice. But the Arcane Protection Services are being sent after Grim Justice to keep them off the heels of the club, now knowing that they have a tag team title opportunity in our main event. We will also see the return of DeLuna. We have invaders here, because of course we do, and oh so much more. But we kick it off with tag team action. Can Grim Justice hold off APS? Let's find out right now. The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 652 pounds, the team of Ultra Devil Sadiq and the Grim Reaper, Grim Justice. And a very unlikely duo. It was Ultra Devil that was basically going through tag team partners trying to find the right match to take him closer towards M. Remember, the only reason Ultra Devil came to Friday Night Flashbang was to try to undo whatever happened to M oh so many months ago, return him to Maximilian Thunder Thighs, and, well, M, much like Tyson Smythe, has ducked every challenge that has come his way, unless it was convenient for him. And introducing their opponents, at a combined weight of 617 pounds, the team of Mike Davis and Matt Baker, the Arcane Protection Services, APS. And here's the unfortunate part about this. Baker and Davis want no part of what the Executive Club, Mr. Lawson and the Brass, have become. They were brought in to make sure that the supernatural and the magical were kept in check. And when things were out of whack, they were the ones that would investigate what was going on. But now they've been turned into hired henchmen, and they are not happy about it. And here we go. Out of the gates immediately comes Ultra Devil. And now a right hand from Baker, which Devil gets out of the way from, but then the STO there from Mike Davis. Look at the springboard moonsault. And Devil takes advantage of the miscalculation. At Breakdown 18, we saw the world title, the interdimensional, and the Big Oof championship all defended successfully. Only the trios titles with a little bit of help from Tyson Smythe. As we see Ultra Devil able to stay on their feet from that sunset flip. Only the trios titles were taken away by the Executive Club's authority. That's the team of Citra King, Demolition Fox, and Artemis, as Tyson Smythe alluded to. What he conveniently left out is his interference in the latter stages of that match. As Davis sent into the corner looking for the tag, unable to make it. There's the elbow to Davis, hooking the leg. 1, 2, oh, and a kick out at 1. One of the other big storylines, the return of DeLuna 13. Just as Honorbound's numbers started to dwindle, one of their allies returns to action, and we will hear from them later on tonight, although we will also hear from the Big Oof champion as well as the World Heavyweight champion. That would be Bully Dog and Crimson Phoenix, respectively. And now from behind, whipped into the corner goes Devil. Tag made. Now, oh, what a gut shot to Devil. And now Ultra Devil trying to, roll to the corner, but able to roll out of the way of that splash. Off the ropes, and the Shining Wizard countered. The package DDT there. Looks like a straight jacket DDT, but Devil able to make the tag. Reaper in, and Davis does not care. That drop kick to Reaper. And now looking for the Psycho Cutter. And it connects. Hooks the leg. And the Devil able to break it up at the last second. Davis not happy, looking for case closed, and he got it! Then up over the top rope. Davis yelling at these fans that this is not something that he wants to do. He should keep his eyes on the Reaper, who drops the leg. And now a shot to the gut. Davis up to that top rope. Now going after Ultra Devil, who counters there. Now able to turn around and catch Reaper. Oh! Down goes Reaper, but tag made. Davis again letting this crowd get to him, and that lets Devil get back into it. Again, this is what we've been talking about with APS. Unwilling participants in this hostile takeover. A forearm shot to the face there by Ultra Devil. Tag made, and now for the top rope, what do Reaper and Devil got in mind? The buddy system up on the top rope, and a splash leg drop combo. And Davis says, I think I've had enough. And now thrown into the ring is Reaper, and now look at this. Devil pulled off the apron. And Reaper says, that's fine. You take out my opponent. I'll take out your tag partner. And this is starting to just dissolve into a brawl here between Grim Justice and APS. Now Davis waiting for Reaper to come back in the ring. Couple of shots, boots to the head. And now looking for the moonsault, nobody home. And now cover. Kick out there at 1. A scoop slam by Mike Davis. To the top rope, the high flyer. And misses the elbow. Now there's that straight jacket DDT again. And again after the arm. Shoulder check, no good. To the corner. And another counter. And now the scoop slam there to Mike Davis into the cover. 1, kick out. And into the corner goes Reaper. Davis looking for a scoop slam of his own. Able to hit the top rope maneuver, and Devil in there to break it up. And now boot to the midsection to look out here. Looking for the Psycho Cutter on Devil. And that lays him out. Now the right hand, staggering Reaper to the corner. Devil still in the ring. And into the corner he goes. And he's not even the legal man. Tag made to Baker. And all Reaper can do is watch as they send Devil up over the top, right hand. And now it's time to go old school with Baker. And now the cover. 1, 2, kick out by Baker. And now up over the top rope, the right hand. Baker staggered. Another right hand. And across the apron. Now look at, oh, grabbing him by the throat and just launching him. And then the leg across the neck. Reaper building some momentum. From Justice throwing them back into the ring. And now Reaper looking for the choke slam. Baker going for the, no, he counters. And now Reaper counters. Whipped into the corner. Turns Baker around. What has he got in mind here? Baker sends shoulder first into the turnbuckle post. And now tag to Ultra Devil, tag to Mike Davis. And here we go, right hand. Oh, from behind, looking for case closed on Devil. Cover, here's Reaper. And oh, he went after Baker. He went after Baker. Oh, and a kick out. He trusted Devil to get the shoulder up, trying to deal with Baker on the outside. A risky decision, and now Mike Davis was thinking about something. Maybe was getting frustrated with this whole situation. And out of the middle rope, looking for the BTE. Baker in to guard against Reaper, and he got him. Here are your winners, the team of Matt Baker and Mike Davis. APS. So APS picks up the win. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we promised you the return of DeLuna 13, and he will be in action next. But before we get to that matchup, let us hear from the returning legend.
Hello to you, Flashbang. It's been a hot minute. If you don't remember who I am, my name is DeLuna. I am the 13th member of my family to have ever been given the chance to wear this mask. I'm a former interdimensional champion, even if that reign was only 5 minutes. And I have been gone for the last 2 months because I lost to someone who I consider my best friend at one point. But time away has given me clarity. Time away has given me my purpose, my drive for the foreseeable future. Put it simply, I want gold around my waist. Now, Bulldog, don't get excited. Unfortunately for you, I'm a man of my word, so I said I would never fight you again with that title around your waist, and I mean that. Enjoy your reign as the Big Goof champion. But the interdimensional, the world title, those are free game. Let's see what the next few years brings us, Flashbang. Because I don't know about you, but I'm excited about the future for once.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from La Guadalajara, Mexico, the Luna. The return of the Luchador, DeLuna 13. And what a return it was, taking out the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championships, Spectrum, backstage. And we understand Spectrum will not be in action here tonight. They have not been medically cleared. Does that sound familiar to some folks? An arm injury to keep them out of action here tonight. And that is compliments of a car door. The punishment delivered by DeLuna and message sent. He has his eyes on interdimensional and world title gold, which might explain why he has stepped up to the plate here tonight. His return match, well, it's to defend the Multiverse. And introducing his opponent, from the Multiverse of Sonic the Hedgehog, weighing in at 188 pounds, Metal Sonic! I mean, that's one way to prove you belong in the Interdimensional Championship title picture. Defend the Multiverse against all of these invaders, and there are plenty of them. And look at him just glare at DeLuna. No fear in the eyes of this mecha warrior. And we'll see if Luna can handle the high-flying antics of Metal Sonic. It is going to be a cruiserweight classic. And here we go. And look at that, right out of the gate. Metal Sonic not wasting any time. And now a nice dragon screw there by DeLuna, who's no stranger to the Interdimensional Championship. Remember, he is a former Interdimensional Champion. You would be forgiven for forgetting that because he also was cashed in on by Alexis Edmonton after being betrayed by Bully Dog back at Multivania. And he has been on a never-ending quest to get back to the top of the mountain. We saw El Pollo successfully defend that Interdimensional Championship against Blight Hallis, who we will hear from later on tonight, as well as the Crimson Phoenix, who defended in a fatal four-way match defeating Victor Vicious, Zeracus, and Red Star Roman. And now look out here, a big kick to the face. And now boots to the head. We also have some good news, but unfortunate news at the same time. The Sandman, Damian Anderson, and M fought to a draw, compliments of dirty deeds, which means no wish was acquired, but the Sandman still has his contract in tow. You can thank Kath, Gina, and Jack the Questionable for the double DQ in that event. Sandman been quiet on that front, very frustrated with the outcome. He was willing to take the risk, but had that choice taken away from him. And now staggering DeLuna. Nice shot to the gut. And now whipped into the ropes. Now what an uppercut to DeLuna. And now look out here. Oh, the spin dash! A spin dash to DeLuna. 1, 2, out a kick out. What a shot by Metal Sonic, the spin dash off the top rope. Another clothesline. Another clothesline. There's the sweep of the leg. 1, 2, and another kick out, this time by Metal Sonic. DeLuna trying to shake off the ring rust. And a kick to the head. Stomp to the midsection. And again to the arm. Twisting of the head. As Sonic lays down DeLuna and continues with the knees. Another clubbing blow. Takes DeLuna to one knee and then shoves him all the way to the ground. And now DeLuna being taken towards the corner. Scoop slam. And now this could be trouble. DeLuna, another spin dash off the top. Sonic just going crazy right now. And the spin dash again. Oh my Lord. Cover. 1, 2, and he kicked out again. And I don't believe it. Move to the midsection. And now back to his feet, DeLuna just trying to hang in there. Oh, the wasteland slam. And now moves out of the way. Here's the Luthez again, and Metal Sonic just taking out the aggression on DeLuna. Now a couple kicks to the head. Counter. Off the ropes. Drop down. And now the spine buster by Metal Sonic. Now the deadlift German suplex. DeLuna getting kneed in the face. There's the right hand. Staggers him. Up on the shoulders. DeLuna trying to get their balance. Not gonna, got caught into another German. Look at the awkward landing. DeLuna again launched. And now submission move locked in. DeLuna able to sweep the leg. And now look out here. Looking for the Luna bomb. Luna bomb connects. 1, 2, and a kick out. And out of the top rope, maybe looking for the big knee. And now a second Luna bomb. The onslaught and another kick out. And out of the top rope, another stomp. The Luna trying to finish them off. Springboard into the enziguri. And now looking for a Grillo de Familia. Hooks the legs. 1, 2, and he got him. Here is your winner, He had to earn it, but he stands tall in his return to Friday nights. What a showing, ladies and gentlemen. But folks, we heard from DeLuna. We already know that he is a man of his word, so he will not once again challenge Bully Dog for that Big Oof Championship. However, let us hear from the Big Roof Champion.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here today to mourn the loss of a dear, dear friend. A most sudden loss that, in many ways, was a long time coming. It is something that no doubt has affected a great many of you, and it is my duty as your Big Roof Champion to see to it that honour and dignity is paid to the fallen. I know that many of you feel that this loss is unfair and unjust, but we must remember that in all things there is a season, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to reap and a time to sow, a time for humility and a time to dab on the haters. So join me now, brothers and sisters, as we bid farewell to the Big Roof Championship Open Challenge. No more will beggars and Johnny-come-latelys be given a title shot just for showing up and having a pair of pants on. No more will this title have an air of humiliation tied to it, as it will now be treated with prestige and respect. Now the challenge must be earned like any other title on this fine company, and unlike the other singles titles in this company, the Big Roof Championship will be a shining beacon of hope for legitimacy and honour for Flashbang. Or as the good book says, this beeth my yard. Roof, roof. Amen.
Folks, I hate everything about what we just heard. Bulldog, well, I guess we'll call him Bully Dog out of respect, officially declaring the open challenge stipulation of the Big Roof Championship over, which I suppose is his right as champion, because Mr. Lawson will make it happen, because of course he will. And if you're not familiar with the Big Roof Championship, one of its greatest appeals is that the champion would issue open challenge after open challenge to anyone who thought they were worthy of a title shot. It was an opportunity to prove yourself. And now Bully Dog has ended that wonderful tradition, and that will not sit well with the likes of Fear Strikes, a former Big Oof champion in his own right, who was not even pinned at Breakdown, nor Sergeant Major Payne, who has decided to stick around on Friday nights for just a little bit longer. I'm sure having to earn his opportunity over and over and over again. A little disappointed he can't simply walk out here and challenge for a one-on-one matchup that he rightfully deserves. And tweeting out on social media, Morgan McMorgan saying, quote, "And I took that personally." Well, you know what else they took personally? The Omega Club imitation, specifically Demolition Fox's imitation of Alpha Kong, a legend in MNW wrestling who has since retired from active competition, but their legacy and moveset has been disgraced by 1/3 of the new Trios champions. And here tonight, Honorbound has McMorgan's back as they send out the rookie Quiltusk to send a message to the Fox.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing Honorbound, weighing in at 201 pounds, Quiltusk.
So Quiltusk, probably the freshest member of Honorbound, not having to be involved in the shenanigans of Breakdown 18, out here to show Alpha Kong's imposter what for.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me! And introducing her opponent, weighing in at 237 pounds, representing the Authority, they are 1/3 of the Trios champions, Demolition Fox.
Wow, the utter disrespect. And they are very proud of that championship. So as if the look wasn't enough, they've stolen the music. So here we go. Quiltusk looking for a measure of revenge on Honorbound's behalf. Remember, it was McMorgan that ran interference in that Trios titles match when Tyson Smythe tried to get involved. And now, oh, look at the moonsault by Demo. Now the moonsault there from Demo. Hook in the leg. 1, 2, and a kick out. And looking for the standing shooting star in the knees to the gut. There's the right hand. Demolition Fox whips them in off the ropes. Nice drop kick landing on their feet. And now whipped in off the ropes. And now look at the agility of Demo. The first ever two-time Trios champion in Flashbang history. And now into the cover, 1, and a kick out. Oh, the standing shooting star. And now in off the ropes. Look out here. Big drop kick counter by Quiltusk. And now look at this. Look at the jackknife roll-up. 1, kick out. 1, 2, another kick out. Another kick out. And finally, we are free of the cycle. Forearm shot there by Quill Tusk. And a sling blade. The rookie hooks the leg. 1, 2, and a kick out again. Now the clothesline. Another clothesline. And sweeping the leg. Build some momentum. Nobody happy about this disrespect. And now, oh, there it is. The Hail Mary 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Oh, look out. Flipping them around. Nice cutter. The last resort. Cover by Demo. And a kick out. Quill Tusk got out of it. And now to the outside. Nobody home for that. Tope Atomico whipped in off the ropes. And up over the top rope. And look at Quill Tusk going to work on Demo. And now off the apron, Quill Tusk telling him to get up. What do they got in mind here? Oh my goodness! An Acai moonsault to the outside. Age of the Great Ultimo Dragon with that maneuver. But then sent into the barricade by Demo, who's had enough. But to the top rope they go. And they'll fly. The moonsault missing. Crashing and burning on the outside. What a kick to the face. And now the tope! Senton all the way to the floor. Scaling the ropes like a ladder. And now the shot to the gut, the Hurricane Rana. And into the steps they go. Kick to the small of the back, Quill Tusk. Trying to do battle with Demo out on the outside. And Demo using every bit of this 10 count. Trying to drag them back towards the ring to finish this off. And now from behind, looking to finish this off. Demo looking for a second. Last resort. Spiking them on their head. 1, 2, and they got him.
Here is your winner, Demolition Fox!
And again, the mimicry continues from the Kitsune. And folks, Demolition Fox is not the only trios champion in action here tonight. Because coming up next, Artemis to go one-on-one with Sir Percival, one of the men he took those trios titles from to become a champion in MNW for the first time ever. And he will be showcasing that ability up next. But before we get to that matchup, we promised you that we would hear from Blight Howlis, and so let's take a listen to what the Wolfman has to say.
Greetings. I'm grateful for you letting me and the crew into the House of Apex.
Apex? No. Thought a rabbit of your class could tell when they're in a lone burrow with a hungry wolf.
Sorry. Should have known the whole leaving Apex thing, silly me. If I may add, you seem to be doing such a super job becoming your new lone wolf self. Are you missing any of Apex at all?
Priorities are straight. I don't need to worry about others and their plans. Focusing on my own path, yes, and watch the fires burn without being in them.
Wouldn't you want the members of Apex to help you out? The match with you and El Pollo, you seem to be struggling.
Struggling?
Well, no. That's not entirely what I meant. Also, those are just reports, not really from me directly. It's just El Pollo has been fighting different invaders, and from my notes here, they haven't lost since they came back. And you have lost to them during the pay-per-view. Not saying there was any hardships during the match per se. Please don't bite me. But the fact that he did beat you to keep his title, again, from my notes, I'm guessing you're probably thinking one of your older teammates could have helped you?
I was the one who helped Apex, not the other way around. The members of that faction hardly did anything for me. Were they there when I felt wily? Crimson wouldn't have run into the ring in order to distract the opponent or defend me. Nor were those Minotaurs, nor any of them. Yes.
So you could say that teamwork of Apex falters compared to some other factions, like the Executive Club?
Please, try to understand, Mosaine Rabbit. My irritation is not towards you. It's towards the club, yes. It appears they have been affected, and it appears that you have been affected as well. I'm going to hope that a certain feline didn't slip you some money in order to shove the Executive Club's words towards me.
No one slipped me any money. That was the first faction that came to my mind. I apologize if that did offend you.
That makes me mad, and when I am mad, I am hungry. Let it be known as a message in your little interview. I'll be taking my time. I will not be going into another faction right now. And if the club is trying to get into my fur and distract me from my wild hunt, well then, I might start my feast within their borders. And the spectral feline should be taking notes, because if you want to focus so heavily on the damned pay-per-view that's already over, then the cat should be focusing on the fact that they got jumped by a luchador of the moon. And you want to point out that Apex wasn't there for me, but where was the Executive Club when they were pummeling you, Spectrum? And you got pummeled to the ground, shoved against it into the ambulance, and thrown away on someone else's watch.
Shit, you're really close. Okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cause any issues or anything. It's just... I'm just doing my job, I swear!
You need to leave before I change my mind, or change my target. Now go back to your executives!
I'm not even a part of their... Eric, you're lucky you have a desk job. Just back to you.
Yes, I'm very lucky I have a desk job because I'm not an in-the-field reporter, because that's above my pay grade. Blight Alice is very, very unhappy, which explains why we have not seen head or tail of him. It's a joke because I'm nervous. We're just going to send it down to ringside for this next match. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. Come on. Being accompanied to the ring by the Citric King, he is 1/3 of the Trios Champions. Weighing in at 247 pounds from New York City, New York, Thomas. Well, the copycats continue, but I guess the positive is they're back to their regular look. And introducing his opponent, being accompanied to the ring by Sir Reginald, weighing in at 262 pounds, representing the Princedom, Sir Percival. And so Percival, Reginald, and McShee's not going to be happy by the way the events went down at Breakdown, but clearly not done with the Executive Club's goons. They want their championships back around their waist. Meanwhile, tweeting out on social media, Mick Morgan saying, speaking of, where was the club, question Spectrum. I didn't realize that Tyson was the so-called boss. Where was your boss when you got your ass kicked? Well, to be fair, you beat him up. And tweeting out on social media in response, Brawl Kaiser, who we will also see later tonight, probably planning out which title Spectrum can steal for Tyson next. And Spectrum also tweeting out on social media, they ain't the boss of me. Well, the Executive Club somehow finds a way to be dysfunctional on the heels of a tag team title opportunity, which they will have in our main event here later tonight. It will be Tyson Smythe and them taking on the Forces of Nature, returning their titles in exchange for a title opportunity. If that's not the most Executive Club way to get a title shot, I don't know what is. And now the atomic drop. Up over the top rope. And now the forearm to the face. And now shots to the gut. Look out here. Artemis. Trying to show off his new championship pedigree. Percival whipping Artemis back into the ring. And while Citric has been, oh, wait a second, here's the cover. Percival, 2, and and Citric able to pull Legs into position. Legs was gonna miss that rope break, and Citric all over it. Might have saved it for Artemis. Boot to the midsection. And now the snap suplex. And a kick out at 1. Shot to the gut. Percival going to take his time on the outside. Artemis not going to let him. Look out here. Knee to the face. Boot to the midsection. Artemis. There's the Knight's charge into the steel steps. And Percival, the frustration, kicking the dirt onto Artemis's corpse. And look at Citric right now talking trash to Percival on the outside. And now Artemis back to his feet. And he'll get back in the ring. Citric still talking to Percival. Oh, and Citric trying to grab him. And now Reginald's getting pissed. And now looking for the sword and the stone. This is just chaos now. Sword and the stone by Percival. Citric didn't see it. Oh, and he kicks out. Artemis still alive. To the top rope. Artemis, the crossbody to Artemis. And now the shot to the face. Oh, the Harlem sidekick to the jaw. And now, as he's done before, mocking Jagger Blackthorn, the Hunter's mark to the face. 2, this is how he won the title at Breakdown. And he's got a second one in the chamber. Boot to the head, but caught. And now lifting him up. Oh, there it is, the lance to the face. And look at Citric again. Distracting Percival. Talking trash, and they have been in the Princeton's head since they got that title opportunity. Right hand of Artemis. And now looking for the sword and the stone, number 2. Cover. And another kick out at 2, and Percival beside himself. And again the kick. Cover again. Will this do it? 1, 2, and that finally does it. Here is your winner, Sir Percival. What a win for Percival. And the Princeton is far, far from done. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to our next matchup, which will be Brawl Kaiser taking on the Smoking Mirror, let us hear from someone who now has their eyes firmly set on cashing in their title opportunity. Let's hear from the #1 contender, the Monster Mash winner. Let us hear from Spectrum.
Since joining the club, I have had one goal that none of you knew about. I'm not revealing what it is either. Don't get any ideas. Just know not much has been to my liking, as it were. In my line of work, nothing is direct. I have put myself in a position of the same order of business, unfortunately. Dimensional rifts are different, but angels, where I reside, have a sense towards them. If they fall or step out of rule, they lose abilities and can be easily manipulated. If you're not truthful towards yourself, how can you do the same for your allies? You can't! To those who this may concern, you have till Multiverse. Show something of yourselves. I will not be answering any of your questions. The interviews I will comply with, but I may be vague on my answers. I'll listen to comments and concerns, but that's all you'll get when it comes to this issue. I have given time, respect, and support. For now, this will not change. But no, you can't bury your head in papers, cover yourself in heavy flesh, or have pretend injuries to try and get a form of respect or justification. Till Multiverse, I expect to see results and not rising concerns.
Spectrum all business and apparently very little to say heading into their title opportunity at Multiverse. Of course, they got that opportunity by winning the Monster Mash, and if you can believe it, the Monster Mash just a couple of months away down the line in October. Where has the year gone? But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, the Smoking Mirror, who betrayed Honorbound at Multiverse. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm being told that we have a developing situation in the parking lot, which doesn't surprise me. A brawl taking place, and we've got the club, Flow, and Honorbound involved. The aforementioned Spectrum having to deal with McMorgan and the Madness, as well as Tyson Smythe's new protege, Rico Rose, catching the right hands from the Matino Heat. And these two factions have had a lot of frustrations pent up with the club. That is certainly for months, but McMorgan in particular, with the disrespect shown to Alpha Kong and the Omega Club. Oh no, we've had enough with the ambulances. We saw what DeLuna did to Spectrum on one of those. We saw that ended Matrix's career, being tossed off an ambulance just like this one. And now Rose looking for the drop kick. And now the boot! And there goes Rico! All the way off the ambulance to the asphalt! Another big clothesline. Now sent into that ambulance once more, and now Rico, the standing shooting star, and Spectrum doing battle with the Madness. Again, they are not medically cleared due to that arm injury, but taking it to the Madness. Remember, Madness saying that he would burn it all down on multiple occasions, and he is being true to his word. No matter what it takes to stick it to the club. And now Rico sent down. And Spectrum in some deep trouble. That ambulance precariously opened in the back. And now McMorgan trying to help them out. And Madness says, go deal with Rico. So they will. Well, body blows, a shot to the midsection. And the power slam on the asphalt. And ladies and gentlemen, as this brawl continues, we're going to have to take you away from it, unfortunately, because we have a matchup coming up. But before we send it down to ringside, and I was supposed to set the stage before everything went to hell. Ladies and gentlemen, we know about the well-documented fatal four-way match that happened at Breakdown 18. But we now understand that the man who was pinned in that match, Victor Vicious, has not really been himself since he ate that pinfall. But I suppose we can let Vic tell you in his own words. Kind of.
No. This was my shot. It was all supposed to come together now. Ah!
How a once great kingdom crumbles. You've seen better days, champ.
The hell do you want, Mirror? If you haven't noticed, I don't have time for club lackeys at the moment.
How does it feel to be like everyone else? Helpless. The one who once held all in his hands and lost everything, drowning in his own self-pity.
Okay. I see what you're trying to do. Enough. I'm out of here.
Just as helpless as she was. That's right, Vicky. I know all about your deal. About your poor, sweet daughter, Amelia Rose. And how she died, and it's all your fault. Such a pity.
Don't you ever say her name again, you fucking bastard! You don't know what you're talking about!
Oh, but it's true. She's gone, and you, with all you had, couldn't save her. You had the brass and the club behind you at Multiverse, and you still couldn't win. You even sold your soul to try to keep her hanging on. But you couldn't hold on to what you so desperately needed.
Shut up!
How many more birthdays and Christmases would you have flaked out on with that? You deadbeat.
No! You're wrong! What I did for her. I walked through hell so she could have a good life. Everything I did was for her sake. I made sure all that money for that hospital was clean. To treat her, to find a cure.
Look at you. You were trying to play hero all along, while making excuses and accusing others, and wallowing in your own paranoias by claiming to be the bad guy. Your hypocrisy sealed her fate.
No, shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Victor, I know you want to break every person here, but do you need to break the locker room too?
What? Damn it! Brawl, you let Mirror get away!
If Smoking Mirror was here, I wouldn't have stopped you. But he isn't, Victor. No one is. You've been yelling and punching the wall for the past few minutes.
No, I had him.
Like I said, he's not here. Maybe you should go see a doctor or an architect before you break something else or even break your... It's Victor Vicious. I can just walk away. Let someone else find him collapsed on the floor. Oh, for crying out loud, someone get a doctor!
Ladies and gentlemen, the revelations that we have just heard explain oh so much about Victor Vicious. A lost daughter hanging over his shoulders, and apparently the smoking mirror, in his head or not, knew about it. It appears Vic has much more to work through than just working back to the top of the mountain in MNW. Folks, I don't even have words. But coming up next, the aforementioned smoking mirror, there or not, will go one-on-one with Brawl Kaiser, assuming he can make his way down to ringside, following his assistance being needed to help Victor Vicious. I guess here we go, folks. And here we go. It's going to be Mirror versus Brawl Kaiser. There you see Defunk and Wiley at ringside. The nice moonsault there. Here's the forearm right to the face of Brawl Kaiser. Mirror looking for the cover. Interesting, he has Defunk in his corner. Tretaro 1 and 2. Meanwhile, tweeting out on social media, Brawl Kaiser saying, quote, "Okay, whoever you are, I have a suspicious feeling that you might know what happened to OmniGeek, and I'd like an answer to that question." And there's Mirror missing the drop kick. Meanwhile, McMorgan tweeting out, "It doesn't matter what faction you're in, you don't touch family." Amen to that. There's the springboard. Able to catch Brawl Kaiser, now trying to choke him out. Now the drop kick right to the chest. And folks, your main event still to come. Tag titles on the line. Tyson, Smythe, and M to take on the forces of nature, Big Rock and Huge Mane. And now looking for the sunset flip. Springboard, look out here. And folks, I'm being told that another match has been added to our lineup. Mick Morgan to go one-on-one with Rico Rose after the events we just saw. So Honorbound continuing to be a thorn in the side of the Executive Club. And a kick to the leg. And now here we go, running Bulldog to Mirror. To the back of the leg we go. Brawl to the top rope. And now the nice dragon. Dragon screw, almost rather an arm drag. And now look at Brawl Kaiser, full head of steam. Kick to the dome. Mirror down. Two and a kick out. And now looking for the Star Buster! And a distraction by Defunk. Brawl has this beat 1, 2, and 3. And Mirror gets the shoulder up at the count of 12. Brawl absolutely having this match won. And now rolling out of the way. Springboard, looking for the DDT, missed. Another counter. Forearm shot. Brawl over the top rope. Kick to the leg. Boot to the midsection. Oh, look out here. Looking for the street sweeper. No, it's countered. And I'll look at Mirror. Begging for Brawl Kaiser now. Oh, come on, Brawl. Don't fall for it. And now Mirror again to his feet. And now again the distraction by Defunk. Look out here. Oh, look out. Jaguar. Fang off the distraction. Cover. 1, 2. No. Brawl's had this match won. The distractions. But now the counter. And Brawl looks exhausted. Defunk again. And a kick out at 1. And out of the ropes. Looking for another kick to the head. And again, the referee distracted. Brawl can't go for the pin. Oh, Brawl Kaiser looking for a Starbuster off the middle rope. Mirror shoves him away. Now another counter. A kick to the head. And now look at Mirror stalking around. Looking for some judgment. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner, the Smoking Mirror. And so judgment delivered by the Punisher with the mega assist to Defunk. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, the man who was spared, who was saved from being employed by the executive club, but it cost him his wish. The Sandman Damian Anderson looks for just a modicum of revenge as he goes one-on-one with the returning Jack the Questionable. But before we get to that, someone that we've already seen here tonight in a backstage brawl in the parking lot, let's hear from the Matino Heat.
At this stage, choosing what to be mad about week to week is basically a raffle. Picking a name out of a hat, the name, the madness. It's becoming far more literal than I anticipated because I'm losing my mind in rage. So, today, let's just be mad. How dare you? How dare you tarnish the reputation of mi amigos? Hermanos that Brawl and I have fought and bled for. You really expect me to believe that conveniently both Funk and Mirror have turned their backs on the cause without so much as a word? Wow, blessed be the asylum, because that shit's loco, vato. Nah, you got a dirty little secret, un pequeño, and if your bald monkey wants to go so far as to poison me to keep it that way, then that means you're scared of what we might find. If months of screaming into the void is not enough to bring the ghost out to play, then fine. Occam's razor it is. To the club, to the gaggle of miserable jackasses who are so uninteresting, so unoriginal, that they had to plagiarize a faction already done by Hunter x Hunter and Stephanie McMahon. You take my Funk, you take my Mirror, guess what, vatos? It's war! So stop digging up the corpses of the only decent faction Tyson has ruined and get in the goddamn trenches! And to the Jason Todd-looking Daft Punk wannabe in the back, you listen to me. I'm coming for you, and I will take what I want. Orale! Bro, what's up, amigo? I'm dropping fire right now. Whoa. What are you talking about, amigo? No. Yeah, because I don't like him. Some would say I hate him. Yeah? Uh-huh. Fine. I'll be there soon. Things continue to get more interesting.
Well, the madness is no longer playing around. In fact, I don't think he's been playing around for quite some time. He has declared war upon the executive club and their allies, and I cannot say that I blame him. Another man who has tried to wage war but was cut off at the pass was the Sandman Damian Anderson, and Mr. Friday Nights is as confused as he is upset over the actions of Dirty Deeds. And tonight, Jack the Questionable returns to Friday Nights, and he's got some splaining to do. And here we go. Sandman and Questionable one-on-one. Now look at the deep arm drag off that top rope. Again, Questionable making his return to MNW after, I guess technically he returned in the kidnapping of the Sandman. However, his return to the ring here tonight. And immediately Questionable looking for the Hurricane, run into the powerbomb. And now a couple of kicks and chops. There's the snapmare kick to the back. And now hooking of the leg, one. Kick out. Questionable looking for a, oh, and again countered. Sandman not playing around. Into the nerve hold. Questionable with the double stomp to the arm. And now, oh, looking for the moonsault. And now the baseball bat. Ref, you might want to do something about that, but Anderson able to get it out of his hands. Questionable with no regard for the rules. And now the crossbody. Oh, wait a second. That is Scotty Stevens, another member of the club. And here he comes. And oh, wait a sec. Ref, what are we doing? And a counter. Sandman getting rid of Stevens. And now questionable. Well, right hands for Sandman. Sandman looks absolutely exhausted. Oh, wait a second. What is that? Oh, no, the cheap shot! The cheap shot to the face, but it doesn't matter. He hit the wrong eye. The powder in the face, but saw on a rope break. Really, ref? And Sandman trying to get whatever that is out of his eye. And he throws the bat. Whatever questionable just did. And another rope break. How do you have a rope break and allow a baseball bat? Another crossbody again. And now whipped in off the ropes. Clothesline missed. Now what? L the powder. That time he saw it coming. Oh, there's the shot to the face. And now the bat, and I guess if Legs is going to allow it, he can't disqualify the Sandman. So take that, questionable. 1, 2, and he kicks out. Questionable trying to get back to his feet. Up on the shoulders, counter. And oh, looking for the knee shot. Missed. And now into the cover. 1, 2, and he got him! Questionable rolls up Sandman, but not without shenanigans galore. Here is your winner, Jack the Questionable. What is happening? The fix is in. And the club apparently not happy about Sandman escaping. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, this match was made because of the events of earlier tonight. McMorgan to go one-on-one with Rico Rose. They've already kicked the crap out of each other. What do they got left in the tank? And while we have a quick second, ladies and gentlemen, let us hear from someone who also came up just a bit short at on the road to Multivania at Breakdown 18, and that was Celicia Eclipse, who seems to have enjoyed her encounter with death itself. I don't understand how. Maybe she can elaborate.
My darling Flashbang. Don't worry, as I do not plan on taking too much of your time. My dance with death is done, and though I lost, I still got what I wanted from it. From the bottom of my twisted heart, thank you, my dear Helixux. Thank you for the dance and the tempering I needed before I start climbing my next mountain. Multivania is calling, darlings, and I cannot wait to show you what all lies ahead. See you at the next dance.
And ladies and gentlemen, Celicia Eclipse is not the only one who was busy at Breakdown. Maybe we can get some information, considering the match that we just saw with Questionable coming up with the victory. Maybe the Fae Queen can give us some insight into what the heck is Dirty Deeds up to.
Wishes can be a dangerous temptation. They drive good men to do very bad things. They drive bad men to do worse. Damien, I understand that you work best when you're free. I was simply trying to show you that you needed to be saved from yourself. You're walking a bad path. A path you needed help getting off of. What would you have done with the wish? You could have caused untold levels of damage. I saved you from a fate you did not wish to accept, Damien. It would have been the consequences of your own actions. Can you tell me you wouldn't have been miserable? That you wouldn't have done something drastic? Flashbang needs Mr. Lawson. He has brought sound law and order to the show. Mr. Lawson is a steady hand that guides. The club is filled with underused co-workers who've finally gotten the chance to shine. How could I allow the chance that they would lose that which they finally have? Would you have fired them? Mr. Lawson, your only restriction on it was your own brilliance. What would you have done? Something good? Something not so kind? You could have lost everything that matters to you. You could have lost everything that makes you you. The roster could have lost everything that keeps the show running smoothly and quietly. When literally everything is up for grabs, hard choices must be made. A true leader does what is best for the most people they can. Mr. Lawson is not the enemy. He is vital for the health of Flashbang. The madness is pure chaos, let loose to do as he would burn the show to the ground, as would the rest of those who hold so tightly to it. Mr. Lawson does more than you know. He does many things to keep the show safe. How you all choose to take what happened is up to you. I will not attempt to communicate with violent thugs. Wishes, once made, are nearly impossible to be undone. Wishes and words shape the multiverse, the many, many timelines that play out before my eyes. Take care how you choose your words and wishes. We are watching.
Kath Gina would make an absolutely incredible politician. I am somehow more confused than when I started. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, nothing confusing about this, just two people wanting to beat the crap out of each other. It's Rose McMorgan next. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Being accompanied in the ring by the brass briefcase holder Graven Allen and Sajar Cole. Weighing in at 262 pounds, representing Honor Bound, Morgan McMorgan. And there you see the rest of Honor Bound flanked by Graven Allen and Sajar Cole. McMorgan with backup in this matchup, and he's going to need it. It was the Jar and the subbing in Smoking Mirror that challenged for the tag titles at Breakdown. which is when Smoking Mirror made their move, betraying Honorbound and beating down Sajar and Graven in a calculated attack. Spectrum was part of that attack. McMorgan hasn't forgot about it. And tonight, he and the Madness picked their spot to go after the club, and now he's going to try to rip apart Tyson Smythe's protege.
And introducing his opponent. Being accompanied in the ring by Spectrum and Mr. Lawson, weighing in at 266 pounds, representing the Executive Club, Rico Rose.
And Rose glaring right at McMorgan. Surely Spectrum not happy about being jumped by McMorgan and Madness. However, the Madness not out here with Honorbound. I'm sure he got escorted off somewhere by security. Meanwhile, tweeting out on social media, the newest member of the Flashbang roster, at least temporarily, Sergeant Major Payne, with a message for Bully Dog saying, quote, "Yo, Mutt, what is this BS about you not taking challengers? Did we kick your ass so hard you tucked tail and ran back? Did you kiss your master's boots? The belt doesn't make the man makes the belt, and you made it dog shit." Meanwhile, Spectrum tweeting out, "Let's make it a good fight, boys." Now a backbreaker across the knee of McMorgan, who's trying to take it to Rico. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, high drama, more invaders. The Multiverse has been full of them, but a unique combination of protectors on Flashbang's side. We'll get to that. Right now, McMorgan trying to take out Rico Rose. And a double axe handle to the face. And now look at Spectrum getting involved. Talking trash to McMorgan, who's already put their boot to that face once tonight. And Rico, as they get up, immediately grappled by McMorgan. Back body drop right in front of Spectrum. There you see Mr. Lawson looking on, oddly quiet here tonight, which has me nervous. And now look out here, airplane spin from McMorgan. Quick cover. Look at Spectrum trying to break it up. Reached in there to maybe try to grab a limb and put it underneath the bottom rope. Then again, after the match we just saw with the Sandman, who's not going to be pleased with that result. Now, whoa, what a knee. The fix might be in across the board. Spectrum now up on the ropes. And a kick out. Spectrum trying to be every color of the rainbow. I wish they would just be gone. And now up to the top rope. McMorgan looking for the elbow. The club has bent and broken every rule possible here tonight. You saw Graven coming out here with that leg brace. And here come the headbutts. And, oh, Rico able to fight out of the corner. Right hand. Rico from behind. Looking for the, oh, dropping him right on his head. And now here it is, the King's Hound. King's Hound on Rico. Reaching for the ropes, but can't get there. And McMorgan lets it up as a chair is thrown in the ring. Spectrum forcing the break. McMorgan saw the chair and Rico counters. And again the King's Hound. Another chokehold, trying to choke him out. And McMorgan gets him. Here is your winner, Morgan McMorgan. And a slight modicum of revenge for Honor Bound, but a lot of questions about what might have been. And folks, coming up next, we told you invaders were all over the place. But let's hear from the man who's going to step up on our behalf on Friday nights. And I'm not sure that I was prepared for this. It's one of the men we saw in our main event at Breakdown. It is none other than the Night Reaper, Zericus.
You okay, bud? Contendershipless, winless, titleless. Contendershipless, winless, titleless. Taking this a bit hard, huh? You benefit so much from being only half this equation. You know that? You don't have to look in the mirror and see the face of all talk, no fight. I have to be the one who looks in the mirror and sees failure. Okay, shut up. It's just as much my face as it is yours. And yeah, I know you're angry and sad because you think everyone was proven right and you weren't enough. But when has that ever stopped us? No one expected us to do anything we have. So what if Roman didn't break it up because he expected more from Victor? You weren't to blame for that because you didn't lose. Oh, shut up. Blaming others and using excuses doesn't change the fact the title is still on Crimson's waist. He pinned Victor, and I have to watch as he goes into Multivania and defend it against that cat. You know, I think that's your biggest issue. You're such a doom and gloomer. One little setback and suddenly you're ready to give up. That's not how we do things. Well, clearly it's how we should be doing things. Because what else can I do? Grab Magic and go back to being a tag team? Go try and fight another target and lose? Doom and gloom. What you need to do is put your head down and pound the paint. Guess what? The end of the game is Multivania, right? Well, Breakdown was only the end of the third quarter. Welcome to the fourth. What we're going to do is get back up, pound the paint, win the matches, earn that shot against Crimson before Multivania so we can get our title and walk in there and win. How do you propose we even start that? Well, we need to get a championship mindset. Do you trust me? Normally. Well, then I'm going to go make a call. I know exactly who can help.
Well, as if we don't have enough people talking to themselves in their head, who in the heck did Zericus make a call to? I guess we're going to find out because we have invaders and they're up next. The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 555 pounds, the team of Tyrese Halliburton and Shaquille O'Neal. Oh my Lord. Did not have this on the bingo card, that's for sure. But wait a second, if Zericus knew what was coming, who did he call? And introducing their opponent, at a combined weight of 569 pounds, the team of the Night Reaper Zericus, and an NBA World Champion, Jalen Brunson. Folks, the NBA Finals have come to MNW. And I guess Zarek is showing his support for his tag partner. Brunson and Halliburton, two of the up-and-coming point guards, so I'm told, in the National Basketball Association. I'm trying to figure out my sports ball as I go. I'm not sure who Angamba is, but apparently he's a New York Knick. I'm being told by my statistician that is Ananobi. That is the way to say that name. Oh, look out here. Shaquille O'Neal immediately going after the Night Reaper. Nice hip toss there. And now look at this. Halliburton with the elbow for Brunson. And now look out here. What a move by Halliburton. Looking for the quick cover on Brunson. The man who led the Knicks to an NBA championship, or so I'm told, a 53-year drought brought to an end by the Finals MVP on display here in MNW. A nice backbreaker there out of the Uranagi. Brunson showing he can do more than just handle a ball. Is that a Phoenix splash? Brunson looking for the spear, nobody home. Shaquille O'Neal right now showing Zericus why he's one of the most dominant players in NBA history. And now the shot to the midsection on Halliburton. Drop kick to O'Neal. Halliburton, of course, missed this previous. Oh, what an enziguri! Brunson off the springboard! Halliburton still recovering from an injury that caused him to miss this previous NBA season. Not sure if it's a wise idea to bring his behind to the multiverse. What a tilt-a-whirl DDT! Here's the big right hand taking down Shaqzilla. And a kendo stick. And again, Legs has been very liberal with his machinations and rulings here tonight. So why not break out the heavy hardware? And now whipped off the ropes, Brunson. Leapfrog on Halliburton. Look out here. And then, the double legs. Taking him out. And taking out Brunson is Halliburton. And now bad intentions, Big Diesel taking out Zerikis. Right now, Halliburton making it look like a flashback to the 2025 Eastern Conference Finals, where he eliminated Brunson's Knicks 4-2. Brunson hasn't forgotten. Big uppercut. And Rico Rose not happy with the result of their matchup. Where is Brunson going? Oh my God, the three-point shot shades of the redacted MVP. Rico saying, quote, just what I expected from one of the toughest brawlers of the company. I enjoyed it, but next week I have something to say. Stay tuned. There's a forearm shot to Brunson. Zerikis trying to do damage to Shaquille O'Neal. And right now the double team on the outside. Jawbreaker by Halliburton. And he got caught. He walked into it. Choke slam. The finals MVP goes down. And now the chair shot by O'Neal. Halliburton 317 says he just whipped your ass, and now stomping on the hand of Zerikis. And now looking for the running power bomb, the jackknife, and then the leg drop. And then a devil trigger by Halliburton. Did Lucius work with Halliburton? A devil trigger to Brunson. And now look out here. No, he was looking for a big forearm shot. O'Neal looking for the choke slam. And Zerikis and Brunson countered. There's a boot to the midsection. Right now, Zerikis and Brunson living in that 0.4%. The improbable comeback by the Knicks in Game 4. The odds makers said 99.6% chance of the Spurs winning. Well, the Night Reaper and the Finals MVP thriving in that 0.4%, trying to overcome the odds. But Halliburton with a kendo stick to the spine. Zerikis returns the favor and then sent to the outside. And then, Halliburton crashing and burning on the outside. And now Shaq getting tombstoned. Zerikis with a nightmare neck breaker. That takes out Shaq. And the drop kick by Halliburton. And now Zerikis into the ring. Whipped off, Halliburton the counter. And there's a cutter on the outside. Brunson taking out O'Neal. Boot to the midsection. The double underhook and a pedigree. And Halliburton tried to roll through. Brunson countered. Cutter! Boss KO out of nowhere! And now the leg DDT to O'Neal. And Brunson with another cutter. Zerikis looking for a second tombstone and got it. Halliburton thrown back in. Brunson trying to rally. Was looking for the fever dream. O'Neal counters, and look out here, a rider kick. Maybe Brunson a fan of MNW. A rider kick from Brunson. And now Zerikis from behind, O'Neal just too much weight. And O'Neal catches Brunson. The gargantuan 7-footer, but look at Brunson fighting out of it. Treating O'Neal like he's Victor Wembanyama. Discus to the face. Enziguri. And now Halliburton with knees. The springboard frog splash. Halliburton takes out Brunson, but he paid for it. And now Zerikis trying to finish him off. Oh, what a forearm. Brunson to the outside, trying to take out O'Neal, who runs in and breaks up the count. Meanwhile, Kath Gina tweeting out on social media, Eric, have you considered becoming a gifted warlock? I have a school for them. That, or do you please come to tea? You can have some answers and meet my lovely friend Marcus. Now we good. We're just chilling. Zerikis stopping that power bomb. And oh, Halliburton on the chair. But O'Neal catches Zerikis. Choke slam. That could do it. O'Neal into the cover. 2-0. Hurricane Rana, Brunson trying to save the Night Reaper. Super kick. And now O'Neal from behind. Here it comes, Nightmare Neckbreaker. And now Brunson looking for the poison. Rana on the chair. Oh my Lord, and they did it. Here are your winners, the team of Jalen Brunson and the Night Reaper, Zerikis. What a match! So Zerikis coming to the aid of the multiverse, and we're going to need a lot more of that in the coming weeks. But folks, it is now time for your main event. But before we get to our main event, we are going to hear from two of the other members who were involved in that fatal four-way match back at Breakdown. And we are going to start with another member of Dirty Deeds. We are going to hear from Red Star Roman.
All hail the defending champion, Crimson Phoenix. He took a risk, inviting 3 of us into his ring at once, and he won. But I came away I set out on this climb to defeat the man who pinned Victor Vicious. In a way, I already did that. Not with Crimson, but with Zerikis before. Until now, I rushed into the world title scene with the singular drive to beat the champion who dethroned my former idol. But that no longer matters to me. Now I am free. Free to analyze and strategize, to grow. Of course, I could continue to unthinkingly throw myself at the Firebird over and over again. And perhaps I eke out a win eventually. At this time, I estimate myself to be equal to his other challengers. I could win as often as I lose, play the odds like a gambler, throwing his life away for one big score. But that would make me a poor champion. I will not be satisfied by merely crawling over the finish line. No. I must improve myself until there can be no doubt. until I crush all competition. If Crimson loses in that time, if Valor takes his belt before I return to the Champions Ring, so be it. I will rise in my own time to face whoever proves to be the toughest competitor, and then I will finally begin my title reign from a position of strength. I once promised I would be here for the long war. For now, I will wage a cold war.
Red Star Roman far from done. And the idea of a Cold War in MNW is, honestly, it would be a welcome deviation from the constant active war that the Executive Club has been waging, none more so than against our World Heavyweight Champion, who we hear from now.
Anyone else? Anyone else now? It got very quiet from the back row. I have been underestimated my entire championship run so far. And every time my challengers step up to try and fight me, or even try and insult me, they have gotten burned. I've had to listen to all of you say I need to prove myself. I just beat 3 of the best wrestlers in the roster and pinned the mountain of a man, Victor Vicious. I am done taking your requests, and I'm taking command of my title run. Whether you like it or not, I am your Flashbang World Champion, and I did earn my title. So now it's time to prepare for Multivania. Spectrum, I'm calling you out. I asked you before, what does it mean to be a #1 contender? And I still don't think you quite understand how far you are in this. Unlike most of my challengers, you haven't been shouting your names from the rooftops, trying to get any advantage. You have been playing the subtle game, helping your teammates here and there. A well-timed chair to the face, I didn't forget that one. But that doesn't equate you to being as strong as I am. Save your silver-tongued words there, feline. They won't work on me. Divinity recognizes divinity. So show me some action, Spectrum. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and write this down. Pick as many club members as you like. You and I will meet head on. I want to know what's behind the veil of technicolor that you are. And believe me, I will be the first in line to not only meet you in the ring, but give you the first blow to the head. And why all this? Because where I stand right now, I just finished my hardest match of my entire career. And I don't see you giving me something more at Multivania. Hell, I don't see you holding the Flashbang World Championship at the end, Spectrum. Right now, what I see is you being the stepping stone for someone else. Am I wrong, Spectrum? Why don't you step in the ring with me and prove me wrong?
And folks, with Crimson declaring that they are done and fed up with the excuses made by everyone who thinks they did not earn their championship opportunity or the title itself, they have absolutely backed up their words at Breakdown, but they are not done, and they have eyes set on Spectrum, the #1 contender. But there's still one more person we have to hear to, and how apropos it's before this title match. We are going to hear from not just the team that was screwed over, but the man who ate the Titan Boa to the face that ended Honorbound's run for the tag team titles. We are going to hear from Sajar Cole.
I should have seen this. I knew your scent was wrong, and yet I hesitated. No more. Damn your rules. Damn your actions. This is now personal. You want to use chaos as your tool, Lawson? If my pack brother did not make things clear enough, then let me. I give you this warning now, Flashbang. If you truly desire Lawson and the club's fall, then you are free to either join us or stay out of the way. Though I suspect more and more wish to hunt this prey. If you stay aligned with Lawson, you are prey to be run down. There will be no safe place, no traitor ignored, and no honor respected. The name I took for myself is a namesake of what I was to be. Perhaps it is time to show you what the duty of the Sajarkul is. It is time for the Shadow to hunt his prey.
And folks, with that, I am pleased to announce that it is now time for apparently more stuff to go down, because it's not quite time for our main event. We're just going to have cameras posted all over the place, because there are brawls all over the arena, and there's one happening right now, and I shouldn't be surprised that it's taking place in the backstage area, because we heard about it earlier. Sergeant Major Payne taking his shot. This is not going to be a Cold War. Bully Dog announcing the death of the Big Oof Open Championship, and I don't think Sergeant Major Payne is very happy about that. He's sticking around because he is not done with the Big Roof Champion. And now Sergeant Major Payne trying to do damage at a Bully Dog. A nice forearm to the face. This has just been beatdown after beatdown here tonight, and again into this. Oh boy, that steel barricade now gone. And Major Payne, hang on a second. There's no need for that. Bully able to fight out of it. And now trying to pull Major Payne. And able to fight out of that as well. And a boot to the head. And now trying to drag him again, but Bully able to fight out of it. And another counter. And out, off the ball, boy. There is no more barricade. Both of them knocked off by their concussive force of their bodies being thrown against it. Oh, look out, Bully! Oh my Lord in heaven! Bully Dog sent to the floor! Oh my God! Shots fired by Major Payne! Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna need a doctor or a vet or both. Unbelievable. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Bully Dog might want to reconsider his position. Sergeant Major Payne might have killed him. But coming up next, our main event. As Mick Morgan tweets out on social media, quote, I expect nothing less from the International Combat Club. And he would know. But it is time for our main event. The World Tag Team titles on the line. The Forces of Nature versus the Executive Club. But before we send it down to ringside, the club has, how do I say this? They want to hype up the troops, so to speak. And so we provide you with this before we send it down to ringside. And ladies and gentlemen, here come the challengers. So Tyson, Smythe, and M with the corporate ladder in tow, looking to take the tag belts away from the forces of nature like they've promised to do. M has been quite busy, and Tyson and M haven't quite been able to get on the same page in terms of their schedule. However, tonight, they finally get their long-awaited opportunity. Not Smythe and Spectrum, not M and Scotty Stevens or Rico Rose. The two men that declared they would be tag team champions, but can they do it here tonight? Spectrum tweeting out, "Bring it home, boys." And M also tweeting out his M slogan, "Kneel." Meanwhile, Mick Morgan also tweeting out, interesting. And here come the champs. Well, Mick Morgan tweeting out, interesting, now back to the World Cup. No party, no Scotland. And the belts back around the waist of the forces of nature, but that was not the case to start the evening. They received those titles in exchange for giving the club this opportunity. And keep in mind, while M had a hellacious match against the Sandman that ended in a double disqualification, the forces of nature also went to war with Honorbound. Tyson Smythe is as fresh as can be. Outside of his tussle with McMorgan, the freshest man in this matchup, will that play a factor if it goes into the deep stretches, if it's a 10, 15, 20 plus minute match? But the forces of nature have been fighting champions. They are up for the challenge, no doubt, but the odds stacked against them. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Tag Team Championships. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 652 pounds, the team of Tyson Smythe and M, the Executive Club. And now just mean mugging the camera. And in this corner, the champions, at a combined weight of 723 pounds, they're the World Tag Team Champions, Huge Mane and Big Rock, the Forces of Nature. Now you see Legs taking the titles from Huge Mane and Big Rock. They got them back here tonight. They want to hang on to them. And here we go. Oh, a right hand there by Tyson Smythe and staggering Big Rock. And then a one-handed toss. And a big right hand. And look at this. Where is Tyson going? Tyson Smythe leaving the ring and talking trash to Big Rock in hot pursuit. And he wants no part of Big Rock. Tyson running like a scolded dog. And out of the other side of the ring. And now Huge Mane. Oh, the blind tag. Tyson never saw the tag. Blind tag to Mane. And Huge Mane cuts off Tyson at the pass. Heads up tag there by Big Rock. And now the speed of Huge Man going to be used to chase down Tyson Smythe. And there's the clothesline. And now a nice German suplex to Smythe. And now the double underhook. Driving him down. There's a couple of chops, a right hand to Huge Mane. Putting out on social media, Kath Gina saying, quote, to the few souls I care about on Warzone, gentlemen, I would like to put you on retainer. I require a bit of help. Does 30K gold work as a starter? What is going on? He's dropping absurd amount of money. And now a right hand counter there. Forearm shot. Meanwhile, tweeting out on social media, Michael Macabre saying, quote, considering the events of Breakdown and the fact Satiris doesn't know what working is, I'll do something he's never done. Keep working. Who knows, maybe I'll find a way around and get to a championship in different ways. The doomsday clock starts now. And now Huge Mane, who has been, taking it to the club. M now, the legal man. And now a right hand staggers him into the ropes. Elbow. M with a big clothesline takes him out. And now look at M doing push-ups. Now keep in mind, disqualification has been a subjective term a little bit here tonight. Oh, look at this. M using the vicious clothesline. If that's not a message to Victor Vicious, I don't know what is. And now whipped into the corner hard. And now trying to pick up Huge Mane. And now into the corner. Tag made. And now look at the back body drop. And now Huge Mane getting dragged. And then thrown into the steel steps. Tyson Smythe trying to apply damage to Huge Mane. Now boot to the midsection. Shot to the face. Up to a count of 7. Remember that the titles cannot change hands on a count out. Tyson having to drag Mane back towards the ring. He's got to get in. He just barely does. And now into the corner. Tag made. And the double axe handle. And now the gut wrench. Nice gut buster by Smythe. And look at M going after Big Rock as Huge Mane tries to make the tag. And taking his partner off the apron. And Big Rock back to his feet. That was a poor decision. M able to counter, though. Double axe handle. That didn't work. Oh, and then from behind. M hitting a Big Rock. But that's how you do a double axe handle. And now Huge Mane, the right hands. The chops. And then the backbreaker. Boot to the midsection. DDT. And now Mane trying to crawl. Trying to get to Big Rock. And dives and makes the tag. And now here's what we want to see, the two Goliaths of their respective teams. And now the elbow, right hand, daggered. And now picking him up and driving him down. And clotheslines him right in the face. Looking for another vertical suplex. M sent forward instead of backwards. And now Big Rock off the middle rope. And now again into the corner, tag made to Tyson. Here comes Smythe. And a Russian leg sweep STO. Good double team move. And now look at M refusing to leave. Picking up Big Rock. And now throwing him into the corner. And now what is Smythe doing? A ring bell brought in. And now, oh, look at that. Big Rock comes to his senses. I thought he was going to get smashed in the face. But Legs was looking right at him. And now into the corner. Tag made. And a shot to the gut. Oh, look out here. No, not on the ring bell. The ring bell. And there goes Maine. No, not this way. Oh, Big Rock kicked out. I don't believe it. FTK on the ring bell. Technically didn't use it to hit Big Rock. And oh, what a clothesline. A couple of shots to the head. And another clothesline. And now look at the double. Rock in a hard place. Cover in Maine. To retain the titles. 2. Yes. Damn it. M able to get the shoulder up. And now the double underhook. And both men are down. Now a stomp to the back of the head by Huge Maine. They've taken their best shot, but they're going to need a couple more to keep M down. Nice discus forearm. And more shots to the gut. Staggering. Looking for the power bomb. And down he goes. And now face first into the corner. Up to the top. M was with bad intentions, and then Maine looking for the forearm. No. A clubbing blow from M. Nice fireman's carry. And a stomp to the back of the head. And then, oh, look out, sits down Maine to win the belts. And look at Big Rock trying to stop that pinfall. And now a clubbing blow, and Big Rock has had enough of the games. And now look at Tyson into the corner. M still down. And now whipped in again to the corner. Missed. Tyson. Float over DDT. Takes him down. And Smythe rolling around in pain as he grabs his temple. And now from behind, no. Counter there. Couple of kicks to the leg. Whipped in off the ropes. To the corner. Counter. Maine was looking for that tree trunk submission. And no! Backbreaker. Whipped in off the ropes. Kick. Countered. And was again looking for that discus forearm. This time Tyson able to move out of the way. Into the gutbuster. And Smythe talking trash to Huge Maine. And where's Maine going? Maine looking for some hardware. Getting frustrated. Can't say that I blame them, but that would get them disqualified. But they would retain the titles. But not really been their MO. I'm sure the temptation is strong to hit Tyson with a chair and get out of here with the titles. But Maine and Big Rock refuse to take the easy road. Look out here, Tyson sent it to the barricade. And now back in. Maine to the top. Tyson ain't able to get out of the way. And now looking for the double axe handle. And now here comes M. Look at the double team on the wrong side of the ring, and Big Rock has seen enough. This is just broken down. M and Tyson Smythe with no regard for the referee's discretion, and now the FTK on the ramp. Big Rock taken out by the FTK on the ramp. And now throwing Maine in. Big Rock is out. And now look out here, the right hand, and that's on the ring bell. Big Rock able to get back to his corner. And now, oh, there's a smoking gun to the face. And now whipped off the ropes. And then, oh, the dragon suplex. There's a forearm shot by Smythe. And now here it comes. Firing squad. Hooks the leg. Maine, does he have anything in the tank? How he kicks out. Let's go, forces of nature. To hell with being unbiased. Looking for the kick to the gut. Maine, whip to the corner. Elbow counter and a big uppercut. And now a right hand. And now Tyson Smythe with a right hand. That's countered. And another counter. And now a hard Irish whip into the corner. And Maine able to cover. Big elbow into the ring bell. And now trying to whip him into the corner, but Tyson able to counter. Smythe dragging him across that top rope. And now into the corner. Tag made. Here comes M. Body blow. And an elbow. And a drop kick. And now M stalking. Huge Maine to the outside. And thrown back in. Maine to the center of the ring, and M understands they cannot win the belts via countout, not even risking it. But the pop-up, Maine may be playing possum. Clothesline, and able to make the tag. And here comes Big Rock, looking for the clothesline. M gets out of the way. To the corner, no. Off the ropes. Big Rock, belly to belly. The overhead suplex. And M just throwing haymakers at the big man. Northern Lights. And out of the corner. And now the double gut buster. And now a couple of rights. Staggering. Big knee. And Smythe very proud of himself right now. Going after Big Rock. Off the ropes. Shoulder tackle, that didn't work. Super kick! The smoking gun to the face. And now Tyson. Watching Big Rock shake it off. Some right hands. And oh, and another clubbing blow. And now looking for the suplex. Smythe. Face first. Into the canvas. Smythe getting a little too cocky. And now whip to the corner. Oh, into the legs. Legs. Is potentially a weapon. And a hard Irish whip sends Big Rock down. And a knee to the face. And now again, Smythe to the corner. And look at Smythe is not happy with legs, chasing him around the ring. And now screaming at him. Something he was not happy about it. Oh, and an uppercut! What the hell? Legs taken out! Tag made to M! And now Tyson Smythe trying to get the attention of Huge Mane. And a clothesline there by M. And Big Rock falling on top of legs. And now wait a second. What has M got in mind here? Right hand. Staggers. Oh no, not the ring bell to the face! Ring bell off the skull! The ring bell to the face! Legs, I need you to, now you get up! Tag made! The splash! And a smoking gun to the face! And now going after Maine, Big Rock, please! Damn it! Here are your winners and the new World Tag Team Champions, the Executive Club. So the club makes it happen, son of a bitch. Oh, wait a second! We know that music! Draven Allen! Briefcase to the skull! Tyson Smythe is out! Graven's cashing in the briefcase! And there's Sajar taking out M! The cash-in out of nowhere! And now the Mad Howl and a Seek and Destroy! Graven, cover him! He got him! I don't believe it! Here are your winners and the new World Tag Team Champions, Sajar Cole and Graven Allen, Honor Bound! Sajar said that the payback would be swift, that there would be a war. And now we know why the Executive Club was obsessed with the briefcase. Graven, Sajar champions for the first time. Sajar tweeting out, "You thought this was over, the hunt has begun in full." And M saying, quote, "This isn't over, but ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe it. The briefcase cashed in. It was for the tag belts. Lawson has been obsessed with that briefcase, and now we know why." But ladies and gentlemen, With that in the books, we have had 2 title changes in the matter of about 47 seconds. Brandon tweeting out all we needed was fate. I am just stunned by what we have witnessed, and that is just the first show of Flashbang on the road to Multivania. You are not going to want to miss next week, but right now, we are out of time. My name is Eric Jan Erickson, and we will see you next week. Good night!